We're down here in Louisiana and headed to Tennessee. Stay tuned. Well, we got offloaded this morning down here in Louisiana. It was south of New Orleans, and then we had to come up and go through New Orleans and then back down and around south of New Orleans, basically on the Mississippi, and we were getting loaded up with some aluminum to take to Alcoa, Tennessee. And I just kind of let my coordinator know that I'm going to stay kind of south the rest of this week, and then first part of next week I need to be headed towards Florida. So going to be taking a little time off with my wife. We were supposed to do our anniversary thing in October, and I ended up having to get the clutch replaced in the truck, so we just kind of shuffled it to a little bit to the right. And it's supposed to be nice weather down there, so we're really going to enjoy ourselves. Take about 4 days off down there. So anyway, I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. They're loading me right now. As soon as they get me loaded, then I got to pull out here and I'll get her strapped and maybe get a little footage of it. And then we'll check back in with you later on. So see you then. Getting some of these here, put on the truck. No tarp load. Throw some straps and boogie on down the road. Hey everyone, well, we made it up here to Tennessee. The Alcoa was kind of interesting. You have to took it there to deliver, and then they made me go about 4 miles away and had to go get it scanned, make sure that it wasn't radiated, then I could take it back and deliver it. And then so I got that done by about noon, and then I only had to drive over here to the pipe place here in Knoxville and picked me up about 7 pallets worth of 2-inch pipe, light load, taking it down to Shreveport, Louisiana for Friday. And then hopefully I'll be looking for load Friday coming back this direction, and then something down into Florida. So this week has been a pretty good week. I'm happy with it. I did get a question on the van side for Mercer. I don't have an answer for anybody on van. I've never done van at Mercer. I don't know how it works, how well they're doing. There is a guy out there that is starting to do some YouTube. I'll see if I can find him. I think Driven Trucking has a link to the guy over on his YouTube if you check it out. I don't stay up with van. I mean, I did reefer for 4.5 years. I don't miss it. I mean, we pulled dry van freight with our reefers also, but I don't miss it whatsoever. Flatbed is definitely a different animal altogether. I think that on the reefer side, a lot of these places like the Walmarts, the Tysons, all these, they treat their drivers like crap. Just to be honest, I mean, my worst days in flatbed, I think, are better than some of my best days in reefer. So, but yeah, I don't have a clue about any other. I mean, I know flatbed side, and I mean, I don't know a lot about. I mean, I've just been with them. I don't go into the yard. It's funny. I started in March last year, and I have only been back to the yard one other time, and that was to get my windshield replaced and to do a urinalysis. And that's the only other time I've been back in the yard over there. I was the same way when I was at Prime. I would bypass the yard. I wouldn't go in there. That's the only way you make money, you know. And only that, you know, you don't have to deal with other drivers sometimes. So I stay away from the yard as much as possible. But it doesn't mean I don't talk to other drivers. I've met a couple this last week that was pretty neat. One of them was down in Florida. He had a 1973 Pete. It was a nice looking truck, and it made me really happy with what it is that I have after talking with him. He had a Cummins diesel engine in it, and he ended up having to wait a month just to get injectors in for the thing. So he was down for an entire month waiting for injectors. So, and actually he was down longer than that. It took him a month to do that. He went through a bunch of rebuilt injectors in that time period, but not being able to haul a load. So he said he had been down since like September. So you're talking September, October, November, December. He'd been down almost 4 months. And some of it was, he said he was getting the engine rebuilt, but then it was after he got it rebuilt that he tried to get it back right before, I think, Thanksgiving, he said. And since then, he'd been fighting with the injector. So made me happy that I've got the truck that I've got, that's for sure. I met a couple other drivers down in Louisiana. There was 3 of us delivering, and I got to talk to those 2 drivers. They're really nice guys. One of them had an older Pete. He's actually looking at trying to trade it in, I think, and get a Kenworth, one of the new ones. So more aerodynamic. But anyway, that's, you know, what I always say is talk to other drivers. If you've got questions out there, they'll be willing to answer questions. So that's where if I've got questions, you know, I can tell how long they've been there by the number on their truck. So I've always talked to them, you know, listened to them. But anyway, we're up here in Tennessee for the night. I was going to drive a little bit today, but we got storms that are coming, and and they're talking like 65-mile-an-hour winds. I just didn't want to get caught heading down towards that direction and get caught in the winds. And with the time that I had, I didn't think I'd make it past Chattanooga. And if I was going to go, I wanted to at least get down to Gadsden, but not going to happen. So we'll get down to Louisiana tomorrow and then get this off first thing Friday morning. So anyway, that's all that's going on. Be safe out there. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care. And we will be back with you a little bit, you know, probably tomorrow or next day, let you know what's going on. So stay safe out there.